Hi and welcome to this podcast with me, Geeta Joshi. I'm here today with Mark Pearson and we're sitting at his studio in the Bussey Building. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming up. Nice to see you.
And you. Well, we've known each other for years. It's a bit bizarre having a conversation to sort of talk about your work. But we were just saying about your work as a document or a way of documenting the change in Peckham at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of comments on that?
I do. In fact, it's someone else noticed it before I noticed it. And because I'd done 4 or 5 in a row of one area, and they just said it's good because you're documenting it. It was a really simple observation. And I just thought, yes, I am in a way. And it made me sort of look back at the work I first started off and how much is just not there anymore or completely different. So
whereabouts was that then? Because I'm looking at these ones of Rye Lane. And you've got a particular bit of Rye Lane. You're obviously fond of that bridge and the fruit stalls around it. Yeah. But where was that's changed so much? Because these are still pretty samey.
There was a period of time when I think they stopped. There's an area that's the 1920s sort of buildings, and one of them was painted up and new restaurants moved in at the bottom of it, and it looked really lovely. And the other one was being nearly neglected, and I quite like the neglect.
Ah, okay.
So I just started to paint the graffiti on it, and although that was another problem though, because I didn't know what the graffiti meant, and I started doing it, and I thought, what if this is really offensive? It's like,
oh no.
So I had to ask people what the graffiti was.
Is that like around where the hairdressers' shops are and things like that? Yeah. Because that's quite interesting, because even a lot of those businesses are quite transient, just like, the graffiti and the street art and things like that, aren't they?
Some of them are, but some of those businesses have been there for like longer than I've been here. They're like, they've been here for 30 years and they don't really want to move because I think they've accepted it now. I can't remember the last development, but some of them, they were like really comfortable there and their customers, and they like the energy on the street. And then they closed them down, or that they emptied them out, and that part of the building got really, really rancid. It just got weathered really quickly, and I quite liked it. And I thought that's what I want to paint. I want to paint the difference between the two buildings. So.
Oh, nice. So where are you showing your works? Because a lot of them obviously have a hyper-local reference. There's like Rye Lane and things like Frank's and whatever. Where do you show?
I show in a gallery in Hollywood Road. I've been with them for years, and we've sort of our relationships changed over the years as well, and it's different again. I think it's because it's a family business, and their kids are taking more of a front seat. So their selection process changed a little bit from their parents.
Okay.
Which was quite interesting. And so they come and sort of cherry pick a couple of times a year. And they don't take so much of the South London work. They take more of my studies. But they are getting interested in them. So Peckham might appear in Fulham. But I don't think it's going to mix.
So do you show, I know you do open studios. Is that where you sell mostly these local paintings?
I do. The open studios and just online, really.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the open studios open studios and the Dulwich Open as well, open house.
But they're all open studios just under the different brands, aren't they? With the Peckham and the Campbell and the Dulwich. You do all
in fact, there's too many. I haven't got enough work to go around. I choose which one I can do.
It's like your studio's open all the time after that.
Yeah.
But actually, online's really good for you. I remember you saying a while back that I'd shared something, and then somebody that was sitting on the fence about it had gone in touch to snap it up. Do you remember that?
Yeah. It made me really look at it. Because I've got no interest in it at all, and because I've got no interest in it, so it needs constant attention.
Yeah,
which I'm not prepared to give it. So my wife does it.
I know that is like such a good setup. I'm always saying to people that like as much as they're trying to get into work with galleries and things, that galleries are not going to do all the things that an artist wants done, like managing their social media and their mailing list and whatever, indexing their prints and things like that. But it's such a good setup that you've got with Nick doing, managing a lot of your, whatever, correspondence, inquiries, social media.
Yeah, right? It's the perfect life. because it's draining, and and I don't like to do it. I can't be bothered. And it's also like I know it's it's really like art and it's really my generation, but I just can't visualize it in my life. And so, and I had to do it. And now it's really good fun because I can just go in and look at it when I want. But it is really important, and I get loads of feedback from it. And
you've got a pretty engaged account, you know. I mean, people really, you know, when you're putting up your paintings, people do really respond to it.
They do, which is really. I'm always really sort of surprised at, and I'm really, really pleased with.
Oh,
I am.
but it's just more work for Nick to do that, because then now you've got another account, which is your what is that? Your painting club? Tell me.
Oh yeah. I got a Peckham Art School.
Yeah.
We want to do Peckham Art School, which is growing. It's we sort of started to do it, and then we realised that we didn't have a location, so we thought that was a problem. But it isn't a problem because we can have what location we want because we got so.
So where do you mostly do that then? Run that
in schools or in pubs, in back rooms, and so we're just formulating it really, and it's sort of growing a little bit. And I think the next stage is to really apply for grants, so I can really get different parts of the community interested.
Yeah, such a good idea.
That's what I want to do.
And then, so is it around any particular discipline or any sort of media or anything like that? I mean, is it all painting or is it painting, drawing, culture? What is it?
I want it to be really basic. Just like I want it to be about sort of learning really basic skills of sort of looking and just painting, and also to be a social thing. People can meet.
Which is such an important thing, actually, because I was talking to somebody recently and they were, you know, sort of talking about one of the projects that they run, which was actually helping people that were at risk of or experiencing isolation.
Yeah.
You know, because like older people that are widowed and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, that sort of bringing people together for different reasons.
Yeah. That's exactly what we want to do, because it's really difficult to get in touch with those people, obviously, I'm finding different people in Peckham that have different approaches to it. So I'm sort of learning as I go.
So are you liaising with other, I don't know, community groups and that? Because obviously the idea of inclusion and things like that is kind of pretty commonplace across, you know, most of the sort of community bodies, right?
I am. And they're approaching me as well.
Oh,
which
excellent.
Is So, it's starting to happen in a way, and I didn't really visualise that to do it.
But it's really good that it's like location free, because when you started it, you were doing it mostly at Peckham level, weren't you? And there were some drop-in classes and things like that. But no, that's really good, actually.
And it doesn't have to be like that, and because there's so many pop-up shops and stuff like that, and I keep meeting people that adapt to getting them. I'm gonna go for it.
But that's another social media account, going back to our original point, that you've like passed on to your wife to
it will be.
like on her workload.
I know. So my daughter told me how many Twitter accounts I had. I was really shocked. So that's good.
So you've been painting a long time, but has your style evolved over the years?
Has my what?
Your style.
Well, it has. It's really weird because I keep digging, because I've been here for so long. I keep digging paintings out that I just can't, I haven't seen for 20 years.
Oh my God. And then reworking it or just like
I'm just looking at them and thinking, actually, they're quite good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but they were like, I never sold them. And so it's like funny because there was a painting, for instance, there's a painting that I found that I must have done as a student, which was of the city. It's like an alleyway in the city in the light. And I put it on a sort of display shelf in my corridor, and 3 or 4 people wanted to buy it really quickly. And I thought, bloody hell, I've had that for years. No one was interested in it years ago. So it's funny that people, I don't know, it's like, are people interested in buying views of the city now or obscure things? So it's like my audience is caught up. It's like, now I'm sort of selling stuff.
Actually, hang on a minute.
And I've got a lot of it.
Nobody wanted it originally.
No.
It was like undercover for 20 years. So it's not like it's been on the market for 20 years.
It was out there for a good few shows.
Okay.
And it got no attention at all, When other stuff I was doing, like, big portraits and much more sort of kitcheny paintings. They were, and just stuff from my imagination. I was selling a lot of. And life paintings. I was saying that I used to sell a lot of life drawings. And now...
But now what are you doing mostly now? These sort of street urban views?
Yeah, it's mostly cityscapes.
Yeah.
And just telling a sort of story and narrating it a bit, just seeing how they grow. And they're sort of evolving on their own, really.
So do you think it's more your subject matter that's moved, like, from, like those city views that you were talking about to, the cityscape still, but with more people and more movement because of that?
Yeah. I think it's I'm getting more adept at it, or my editing's got better, or my selection process, because I think I've grown up with that now. I sort of, before I wasn't very, I was just sort of pointing my sort of canvas at anything, but now I've got a bit more selective, and I quite enjoy that, and I'm sort of learning.
And I've seen you out, like outside Peckham Station and that in the past, where you're actually out there painting, like directly, right?
I can't stop painting. I can't stop painting Peckham Station.
Yeah,
it's become an obsession. It's just mad. I go there every morning, and every morning there's something really weird happening. Like this morning, there was a huge cherry picker outside. Right. It was just.
What was it doing? Because it was
I don't know.
Yeah, I saw it as well.
And no one could get around it at first. So like they were queuing out to get into. They had single file into the station, and I was just like, single file in the station. This is great. not having to go anywhere or being a cyclist. You just sort of. And then last night I went there, and they had like metal detectors on every entrance of not the station, but actually the arcadey bit.
Oh wow!
And it was just there. Yeah, it was. And they were like, it was really heavy, and it's a heavy atmosphere, and so it is a source of ever increasing and never ending fascination for me. It is.
So you're not taking photographs; you're actually there documenting, like painting studies and sketches.
Yeah, I throw everything at it really.
Oh, okay.
Photographs are really good because they're really good for light. Mm-hmm. Because if I want to get a certain light, I can get figures all the time, and I can sit and draw figures all the time. But somehow the photographs are really good for sort of light source, so you can just take those pictures of a sort of if you want it to be of a certain time of day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what tends to happen is your painting becomes 15 times a day, sort of light sources.
Yeah, I see.
I use it a lot for that.
And do you find yourself going back at certain times of the day? I mean, or to catch the light over a few days.
Times a year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I really like this low light at the moment.
Yeah, where you've got like really long shadows and things as well. And what about the non-urban pictures? Where are they?
Where are they? They're all stacked.
No, like as in.
Oh, them ones.
As in like Brighton Beach or Brockley Park.
What I do is I like to have a compositional piece on the go, because it sort of ticks over, and it's a sort of long project. So I started painting festivals because they're full of people and they're full of action, and so I started painting festivals years ago and got really sort of into it a bit. Managed to sell some, but they weren't that of a goer. But they always, I sold most of them. So I tend to sort of like find a subject that's sort of populated and.
So who are your references for things like that? Because obviously these have got very sort of strong like 19th century references, I would say. But what are your thoughts?
Well, they're sort of like I suppose an excuse to do a landscape, which I quite enjoy, and sort of paint loads of greens because they're quite difficult. I find them really difficult, greens, and it's and there's weather involved, which I quite like. You can make, you can use weather as a sort of expression or a mood. I quite like that. Mm-hmm. And in England, there's lots of weather, so
that's true.
You can use that. And I quite enjoy playing with them and just constructing them over a period of time.
That one's quite something, actually, isn't
it?
It's
one's
like
nearly
really
done,
busy.
And it's nearly sold as well. So that's good.
Yeah. And have you? I noticed a while back that you've done some prints. Are they digital prints of like popular paintings, or are you moving into print process as well?
I avoided prints for a long time because I couldn't get the quality I wanted. And then I met a lady not far from where I lived. Mm-hmm. Who did really, really, really good prints, and so we worked together to do some prints. And I suppose it was sort of demand as well, because like people just ask me all the time, like, can we have a print of it?
Oh, okay.
So then what you do is you sort of prejudge it a little bit, and you think like, I know what's popular, so you get a print of that, and it's not at all. So I stopped doing that, and just sort of did one that I thought was going to work, and.
It did. Was that Frank's?
Yeah, the Frank's ones really were. I've stopped painting Frank's this year because I've been involved in something else. But I do like painting up there because it's big sky and people on parade. What's not to love? But the prints they're good. They're it's a way to fill in an exhibition sometimes when you got a favourite painting or it's a bit of a hit, and it connects with the stuff you're doing now. and it's a different price range.
Yeah.
For a start, and so it works. It works in a show, not always, but it
probably works for open house quite well as well.
It does
right?
work for open house, yeah.
Because if they've been eyeing up your work online, and it's like an affordable entry point.
And a lot of people who are leaving Peckham buy a print, which is quite nice.
Well, they've made their money and now they're off.
Yeah, they're off.
Where did you train, by the way?
I went to college when they gave you money.
Oh yeah,
which was quite good. I went to Sitting Gills London College of Art. That was in Kennington, a little funny little college, which is great. It's still there.
And what's it called now then?
It's still called. Yeah, it's in Cleaver Square. It's a dusty old place, and it's really romantic, and it's exactly what I thought art college was going to be like. I went to Medway first of all, which was like a great big sort of till on a hill, a great big cash till. It was really weird, and I liked it, but it was very graphic, and I wasn't, and they didn't know what to do with me.
So when you left art college, did you just continue, all that art life straight away, or did
I was a bit confused when I left college, really, because I went to the academy for 3 years after that. So I was about 26 when I left, and I was a bit institutionalised, really, because I'd been praised and everyone told me what to do, or not what to do, but that's lovely, carry on. So I think when I left, I was just like, now I want that praise, and you're on your own, and I suffered. I didn't know what to do. So it took me quite a long time to sort of pick momentum up and actually sort of find out what I wanted to paint and get into a groove of painting and working properly.
And then, so did you do anything else in between, or between then and now, or?
Yeah, I was a lot of catering. I did a lot of bar work, and I had
But that was also sort of work that kind of pays the bills to give you time to do this. Then it's not like you actually deviated into another.
No, it was always sort of just cash to pay the bills, so you could paint and get a studio.
Oh, fantastic!
And then I finally stopped catering, which is really good.
Well done.
Lots of teaching, which is good. I enjoy.
And then just another thing, actually, because I know that most years you go abroad, right? To teach, run art school out.
Yeah.
Where is that, in India or somewhere?
That was something I did because when I was away, when I was in India, I used to get asked what I was doing all the time, and I used to have loads of people, and I just thought, I'm just going to charge them. It was as simple as that. It was like, why don't I teach? So we started an art school in Goa. Yeah. Because my friend of mine had really nice accommodation.
And do you find the people that are coming to that are already based out in Goa, or are they sort of travelling from further afield?
I had a few people that were from India that came on the calls, but mostly it was a real cross section of students. I had loads of architect students that wanted to learn how to do more drawing, or wanted to learn about sort of watercolour or something like that, and people from the BBC.
But that's quite interesting, just mentioning that around the architects, because so much of what they do, their practice is so evolved into the digital, when they're making their renderings and everything. When I worked in architecture 20 years ago.
Did you?
I did. It was much more, even the models were made by hand, and, there's much more sort of desk and rulers and all of that sort of thing.
Totally, yeah.
That, you needed to have some kind of artistic flair to create these renderings of what that, building or project would look like. Right. And the fact that sort of, these people are coming back to develop that skill, is quite interesting, I think.
Yeah, they were
those traditional...
they were architects and landscape gardeners that wanted to learn how to look at space. And so it was good. It was and cameramen. It was a big cross-section of people, so, and it was good. But then it got, the area we were doing it in became Party Central and there. Oh, so did you not do it this? No, we stopped it a couple of years ago.
Oh, right, okay.
Because because I couldn't find the location, and I couldn't find another location again. All right, just couldn't bother really. But it was, so we sort of called it a day there. But I'm thinking of doing it in Spain.
Okay.
Because I keep going there a lot, because a lot of my friends have moved there.
Oh, retired out in Spain.
Retired to Spain. Yeah.
So how was that? Because you were recently in Spain, and you were just telling me a bit earlier about sort of that struggle to transition and get back in the groove of it.
Yeah,
how many hours a day do you spend in the studio here?
I probably spend about 5 hours in the studio. I'll probably, to be honest, yeah, because I don't get in till about like midday. Because I spend the morning walking about and drawing and just taking it in and just I'm trying to work out who I am and what I was doing yesterday. So I spend, and then I'll paint for the afternoon, and then I'll go home and sort of look at everything on the kitchen table that I did yesterday. So there is a sort of work process going on.
Yeah.
It's very leisurely though.
But so why did you feel like then in that case you were a bit stuck when you got back from?
I think it's because I only love the thing I'm doing. I know it's really
that's really
weird.
Cool, like being really present with it,
yeah,
you mean?
I'm really present with it. And as soon as I'm out of the building or I go away, I just can't remember what I was doing. It's just like, it goes and I'm just like into what I'm doing. I'm like, you know, drawing in Porto and watching the boats come in and watching boys jump off bridges. So I got really into that and I just thought, I know what I could do in this town.
Oh, wow.
I know. So I get it and I sort of divorce all everything else. It's like it all sort of, I have to sort of get to know it again, shake hands with it. It's funny.
I think that's brilliant, though. Just just that.
It's
being
a worry
really
when it
present
happens,
with it.
but you know it's a process that you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
But when you come back, you think, oh God, I can't do this. And of course you can, because you know you pick up the ideas. It's good actually. It's a good thing to do because you look at things objectively for for a little while. You think.
I'm sure it sort of makes you appreciate lots of different things as well, doesn't it? Or, makes that, how would you say, the appreciation, I don't know, louder or something. Seems.
Yeah, it does. It jolts you a bit. And it makes you look at your environment. It makes you, the thing that really inspires you, it makes you look at it again.
Yeah.
So you can see it a little bit afresh.
And how was that like coming back from maybe you came back and it was still sunny?
It was still sunny, yeah.
Oh, okay, so
but when I left London, it was actually hotter in London than Spain for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And it was raining. What's going on?
It's unbearable.
That was weird.
All right, Mark. Well, it has been great talking to you. Thanks for showing me around the studio again.
Thank you very much for coming up.
You are welcome.
Anytime.
And I'll put your Instagram handle and website and everything in the show notes as well.
That would be lovely. Thank
right.
you. I can't remember.
Because we can't remember them. All right, thank you.
Thank you.